Welcome back, guys, to Fresh on Clips. It's Noah Baskin, and I'm here with Luca Kassab.
All right, let's get right into it. The Clippers had a very unfortunate injury. Paul George, as most of you know, sprained his right knee. He originally it was reevaluation in 2 to 3 weeks, but Shams and Woj both stated that if Paul George were to return, it would be after the first round.
Yeah.
It's a massive injury because PG's second best player on the team, and he looked really healthy. In that Thunder game, 360 in game, he looked the healthiest he's been all season.
Yeah.
And just to see him on that game where he looked healthy, he looked like the Paul George we know and love. See
Yeah.
him go from healthy to all of a sudden done. You and I, we both thought he was done for the year when we saw
Yeah.
that. So it was best case scenario, but still, to see PG go out like that, it's gonna affect the Clippers a ton.
Yeah. I just want to add on to that. Yeah, his injury. I mean, honestly, I think it was best case scenario for what his injury looked like. I mean, I was thinking maybe ACL, MCL. No, it was pretty bad. Like you said, he was doing 360 dunks in that game, not even on a fast break. So,
In game, backdoor cut.
I was just so excited for him and to see that happen. As a Clippers fan, so much has happened throughout the years. That really was another just stab to the chest right there. But, I hope we make it past the first round and he comes back and, could be great motivation for us to make it through.
What I will say though, with the PG injury, this is where the Clippers, a team that everyone has labeled as the most depth in the NBA, 12 rotational
Yeah.
dudes. This is where that comes in handy. Because yes, you're losing a superstar in the league, top 10 to 15 player, depending on who you're talking to. But you still have a dude like Norman Powell, who's just coming back from injury,
Yeah.
17 points per game. You have a dude like Russell Westbrook, Bones Highland, Eric Gordon, even Zubas, who can
Roko.
all step up. Roko. We have all these dudes who can step up and collectively fill in for what PG does. Not individually, because yes, Kawhi's workload is going to go up and he's going to have to do more. But the role players will all do more, and it's not just one single role player stepping up.
Yeah.
It's the only good part about having this depth and the only positive of PG getting hurt.
Yeah.
Prayers up, speedy recovery, Paul.
Yeah. Can I just add on really quickly? I would like to say, like in the past, you've been complaining, like, I mean, yes, it's great to have depth, like for reasons like this, but then when we are all healthy, it's sad and it's tough to see Roko sitting on the bench and Bones when those are two players that are capable of starting
Amir
on.
Coffee.
Okay, I don't know about that, but I mean, Amir Coffey's great, don't get me wrong, but he's
He's a
not there.
rotational dude in the NBA. So
Yeah, no, he is, but not a starter. But I just mean like now seeing Bones and Roko get the opportunity, it is so great. When don't get me wrong, I want PG back playing, doing 360s, but it's just this is like where the depth comes in really helpful.
yeah, exactly. Clippers also, they had their new starting lineup come into play against the Bulls. It was a lineup of Russell Westbrook, Eric Gordon,
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, Nico Batum, and Ivica Zubas. When PG's back, if he comes back this season, Eric Gordon will, yes, move to the bench. But what I will say is, aside from the Clippers needing a four and needing a change with Morris, which, yes, this move, I'm happy it finally happened, but this was
Same.
at least 25 games too late.
Dude,
But
I think we started talking about this like 6 episodes ago, five.
all of Clippers fans, except the old heads who think we can do
Yeah,
no wrong, were
we brought
saying
this up.
this was needed.
Yeah, me and you brought this up on the pod, saying when is this gonna happen? Like you said, 25 games too late. To be honest, let's say like 40 games too late. I mean, this should have happened a while ago.
Will be a little nice because up
Okay, yeah.
until 1/11,
Yeah, I
Mook
was
was
over
still shooting
exaggerating. Yeah,
40% from three. So,
yeah.
but finally, a change happened at the four, and we needed it. Mook's lack of defense, and he's a great shot maker. He has been in the past. But
Yeah.
all of a sudden, his shot making just fell off. He couldn't hit an open three, couldn't get to his turnaround mid range. So when it's exactly like Reggie Jackson, when it gets
Exactly.
that bad, you have to pull the plug eventually. And I'm
Yeah.
happy Ty Lue finally did.
Well, I think him and Marcus were like dating or something. Maybe they broke up. Maybe he's cheating on Marcus with Markieff. We don't know, but
What I will tell you is I believe it's the front office. I think the front office told Ty Lue something and said, look, we know you love Morris. We know that he's been here forever, but it's time.
yeah,
And I think
I
that's why
know
the decision had to occur.
that's the only. I think Steve Ballmer personally
I
had a
think it was
meeting
a mixture of Ballmer,
with
Frank,
Lawrence.
and
Yeah,
Jerry West.
yeah. I think they all brought in Ty and said, "Come on, it's time. We're sick of this. Like, you got to look at the facts. Stop, like, just ignoring them." So
What I will say is Batum, first game as a starter, 8 threes,
yes.
24 points. And even Rocco today in backup
Oh
minutes
my
played pretty well.
God. Oh, Rocco 7 of 7, 27 points. Oh my
He
gosh. He
only
only
missed one shot,
one
right?
thing, and it was a like contested layup he shouldn't have taken. But oh my God, I just want to start off by saying that just proves our exact, not just us, most Clipper fans' exact point of why has Rocco been riding the bench? He is so capable when he gets minutes. Last year in a game, he had 45 points against the Bucks. I mean, 20, he hit 7 of 7 threes. He was 7 of 7. Like, that just doesn't happen every day. Marcus Morris could
But,
never do that. I mean,
but
I
you
was
know,
ecstatic. I was
on the
yelling.
note of Morris could never do that. Morris this season, 0 25 point or more games. Rocco has one, and Batum has one. So what I
And
will say is
think about how much less Rocco has played than Marcus.
exactly. But what I will say is Clippers starting power forwards this year, Clippers power forwards in general this year, highest Robert Covington 27 points. Second Nico Batum 24. Guess what? That's our third best power forward, Marcus Morris. To
Dude,
give props though, Eric Gordon, he's been great in his role. Yes,
amazing.
he's not a crazy defender. He's a little slower than he once was. He's
But
not the defender
he
he once
gives
was.
he gives the effort. He puts effort. Marcus
I
Morris,
don't even think it's the
I
effort.
know you're not comparing him to Marcus Morris, but Marcus Morris does not put any effort on defense. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
but no one says Marcus Morris plays defense.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
thing with Eric Gordon is the dude hustles. He gets boards that he shouldn't
yeah,
be getting. But the big thing with me is also him and Bones both. They both have really quick hands.
yeah,
And with Eric Gordon, last thing I'll say, he's a non-hesitant three-point shooter. Yes, Luke is a better shooter than he was.
yeah.
Luke Kennard, the boy in Memphis, hooping for him.
He's been going
But
off.
he's not as good of a shooter as Luke,
Yeah,
but he's a better fit due to the fact that he's always capable of shooting
and
and is more confident.
he's a good playmaker too.
Exactly. Last thing on the starters for me. The Clippers starters, they had 41 assists against the Bulls, and that was on 48 made shots.
Yeah,
And that's the ball movement without Marcus Morris in the lineup. So I think it just shows something.
and
And
the offense was not. I mean, at some points, obviously, the offense was stagnant, but for the most part, without Marcus Morris in there, we were moving the whole time. Like Gordon there, Batum there. It was like musical chairs, but like in a great way. It was like what basketball's supposed to look like, what great basketball looks like. And I think that's just a testament to, what our capabilities are.
exactly. Big thing for the Clippers rotation today happened. Norman Powell, who hadn't played since 3/2 against the Warriors,
And he missed
came
11
back.
games. Yeah.
What does this mean for the Clippers rotation moving forward? And let's factor it as if PG's out for the rest of the season.
I mean, I don't want to say, like you said, it's our depth is great. And so Paul George going out has opened opportunities, has opened doors for many of our bench players like Bones and Rocco. Uh, Norman Powell, he was great, but right before his injury, he kind of went into a slump. But
But
anyways,
the slump was because of his injury.
yeah, I think Rocco coming back. I mean, sorry, Norman coming back. Um, I think that I think that just opens more opportunities for our team, specifically our bench. I don't think Norman's going to be starting. We need him off the bench. Today, his first game back, you saw some glimpses of that Norman Powell. That was great,
Exactly. He
but I don't
didn't
know.
play well, but
Yeah,
he showed it's his first game back and he still had 11 points and was hitting his threes. It was
yeah.
just a matter of he looked a little slow and he looked a little out of it. But luckily we
So
still have games left for him to get back into it.
So what this means for us, I think it will show our maturity, like as a unit, like our bench. I want to see, whoever. I mean, do you think Bones will play still?
Here's my thing, and I hate to say this, but the trend of Tyronn Lue has shown he prefers that three guard lineup over the playing of Rocco. So as
Yeah,
good as Rocco has been, I have a gut feeling Ty Lue is going to rock with Bones. And,
I agree.
I don't even have a problem with it. As much as I don't want to go have a bench of Bones, Norm, Mann, and Plumlee, and I think Rocco deserves it, Bones has been hooping 17 a game, 3 boards, 7 assists, 1.3 steals, 52% from the field,
Yeah,
46% from three, and a 28-8 turnover assist ratio in his last 4 games. Bones has shown that he can be a guy, come off the bench, bring a spark for us,
yeah,
bring that energy with Terrence Mann. But I think Rocco deserves those minutes. Better defensive player. While Bones, yes, his defense has impressed me. His playmaking has been better than I thought it was. I just don't think a 3 guard lineup in the playoffs will work.
yeah. And we saw that before we traded Reggie, when we had Reggie, Luke, and Norman in, that did not go well. So with Bones, Norman and Gordon,
No, it would
or
be man because
man, oh
Gordon
yeah,
started.
Gordon would start. Yeah, you know, I don't think I don't know if that would work. You're completely right.
I I do think though that Terrence Mann is a guy who could potentially make that work though. Because
Yeah,
Terrence Mann is such a good defender
he's good in his
and
role.
he's quietly been such a good catch and shoot shooter
Yeah.
that I think it could work. But I do think Rocco deserves minutes. But
So
here's my wild card in my eyes.
what do you think about Norman though? Like, what do you think that's gonna like? Do you think that's gonna change our dynamic of our offense on the bench, or
I think I think it's gonna add a little more ball dominancy because Norm he's known. He's a guy who, yes, he could hit the catch and shoot three,
he
but
gets to
he's
it?
also an extremely ball dominant player who does a
Yeah.
good job of getting to the line and making shots.
I mean, he
What
gets
I
to the
think
rim so easily.
exactly what I think with Norm though is that it's gonna help a dude like Eric Gordon if he's in. It's gonna
Yeah.
help guys get open shots. It showed today. Even Norm, not at his best, got Rocco open shots.
Even Bones got a open like two catch and shoot threes. Like
Exactly.
Bones is great off the dribble, but he can also shoot wide open threes. So
What I will say about Norm though is that him coming back is a great thing for the Clippers due to the fact it takes pressure off of everyone else to score because that's what he's in the game to do. In the past, he's been a better defender. This year, he hasn't been as good because he fouls a lot. But Norm
yeah,
Powell is in the game to do one thing and one thing only, and that's score. And that's
yeah,
going to help Kawhi by taking workload off of him. And it also takes pressure off of a dude like Russ, for example, who he's been great the last couple of games, but it allows Russ to not have to score as much and playmate the way he has.
yeah,
My
completely.
yeah. My one thing though, my one wild card I'll give you is in the playoffs, it's a known thing of Ty Lue to play his bigs minimal minutes and go small.
Yeah.
So my wild card right now is I think that playoff time, Plumlee's not going to play much. I think it's going to be more of a man, Powell and Rocco playing heavy
Okay.
minutes off the bench with Bones sprinkled in like Luke was in 2021 when they need scoring or shooting.
Yeah. I can. Yeah. Right now, what you're looking off of Ty Lue's tendencies as a coach.
Yeah,
So I completely agree with you. If unless Ty Lue suddenly changes his coaching tendencies, then I think what you just said is going to come true.
yeah, exactly. We'll see with Marcus Morris though, because I doubt he plays another game based on just this whole situation and how he's suddenly sick.
Yeah, health and safety. Well, first it was
But
illness, now it's health and
yeah, it
safety.
was illness. Now it's health and safety. But I doubt he does play again. But if he does, that could also throw off the rotations a little bit.
Yeah, I completely forgot. God, I hope Rocco plays over Morris.
I hope Bones or Rocco.
Well, anybody. Yeah.
But ideally, what I'll say is ideally, I don't think it's a problem to run a 10 man and then playoff time decrease it. Ideally, I'd run a 10 man. But Ty
That's
Lue's
what's
a
gonna
9 man
happen.
rotation
Yeah.
guy. So it's going to end up being, or we're going to end up having a bench unit of Bones, Norm, Terrence, Kawhi / Batum sprinkled in, and Plumlee. And then Rocco, hopefully come playoff time, gets those minutes that he does deserve, Ty.
Yes, sir. I mean, it just showed tonight what Rocco is capable of.
Exactly.
It's honestly BS how it's been going on this long. Him not getting minutes. I mean,
exactly.
Rocco's a true professional for staying calm and not demanding a trade or being pissed. You know, he shows up every game is on the bench clapping. So
exactly.
I truly love Rocco as a person.
Some
as
dude's got to take notes.
Exactly.
But you know, the last thing I'll say is Russell Westbrook. I'd like to just point a spotlight on the fact that last episode we were getting on him about the turnovers.
Yeah.
And the last 2 games he's had 2 in both. And tonight he had 10 assists the game before 8-8. So it's his ball security is getting better. And even the game before he had 1 turnover.
Yeah. I think part of it, yes, Russ has been known for his careless errors in the past couple of years. But I think part of it with the Clippers is we weren't used to him. Like he was getting used to us as a team. I think now you're seeing that chemistry getting better and better each game. I mean, he looked great tonight. He knew every time he drove, he knew where the shooter was going to be. Rocco was here, man was there. In the past, his passes would have been a little off. So I think just seeing that like bloom it's great. And I just also want to say we had an episode where we talked about Russ, joining the Clippers, and we were both pretty hesitant. I mean, we said it, I at least said in that video, Russ was one of my favorite players growing up. One of the reasons I started playing basketball. I love Russ, but I didn't want him on the Clippers. And I said, I hope I was proven wrong. I'm glad I've been proven wrong. Russ has been a great fit for us. I don't know where we would be, at least in the past week, without Russ. Yes, he's had some questionable things, but every player does. I do want to say overall, though, Russ has been great for the Clippers. And I want to apologize for us for hating on him and not wanting him to join the Clippers. So it's just, especially after today, I'm so happy that Russ is succeeding. I just brought a smile to my face.
I'm still waiting on Russ too. Actually, I'm still waiting on Ty Lue to apologize to Terrence Mann for taking his starting spot. But yes, Russ has been very good for us, and I'm glad that he's been with us. We've got 5 games left this season. Regular season flew by. We got Grizzlies on Friday, Pelicans on Saturday, Lakers next Wednesday. And we got the Blazers on Saturday.
Afternoon, yeah.
And then Phoenix Sunday, which could determine our 4-seed situation.
Yeah.
So 5 games left. Let's go get that 4 seed.
Yes, sir.
Bring it in. 5 seconds to go. Tie game. Seat belts are fastened. Lou Williams for the win. Bingo!
Oh my goodness!
God, he got it! 1 second left. Clippers by 2.
The 3 for the tie. Oh my goodness! I don't